Welcome to the Now You Know podcast, a podcast that will guide you to successfully navigate the online world and give you, as a super bonus, some thought-provoking takes on life. Without further ado, here is your host, entrepreneur, marketer, professor, and author, Flavio Salza. We are happy to have you here today. Enjoy the show.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about Ask Me Anything approach, right? As a form of content, remember, you're trying to be creative, you're trying to create different contents. And one way that you can do it, one new way of creating a content is the Ask Me Anything approach, which basically I use it online, very common. And, there are basically two approaches to do that. One is it's not the recommended one, but it's when people are very drunk or under influence of alcohol.
Well, how would you get to know me?
So never do that. Post something online in such state because, you don't want to regret later when you are, without the influence of alcohol, right? So that's a no-no. The number two approach is when a person is very famous and goes online, and usually they revealing their identity. Of course, you need to be a little bit careful because...
Really interesting news today. Virgin Atlantic founder Richard Branson, how he's been very interested in going into space. Well, apparently teaming up with Google, the website, both of them bringing in some big bucks to try to create the first permanent human colony on Mars. Check this out. You go to their website, and this is what you're going to see, a description of it, and they're calling it Burgle. Here, listen.
The very first settlers of the planet Mars.
And to do that...
Joke's on you, Diane!
Oh!
Never gonna give you up. Rick Ashley jumping in there.
Wow, you guys really got me. I can't even finish my story.
Actually, you can in just a second, but this is what YouTube's doing on everybody today. No matter what video you want to see, this pops up. It's going to drive people crazy.
That is
So all this morning, you've been plotting on people, and they got you. Our producer, Dave Mink, you can thank for that.
Wow,
So explain what you were going to be doing here.
Okay, so what I was going to be telling you about is how Google is goofing everybody today on April Fool's, but the joke's on me now. There's no human colony on Mars, by the way.
Okay, so what Rick Astley has to do with that, right? Basically because the online world is full of people impersonate someone else, right? So you need to be careful about before you started to interact with someone that claims to be someone else, you need to make sure that you know that the person is the real deal, right? So just, again, to protect your privacy, you avoid that as well. So what is the way I recommended you to use Ask Me Anything? I think the best approach is basically announcing in advance that you're going to have some free time online and you would accept some questions or interaction from your listeners or followers and give them the opportunity to know more about you. In that way, I think it is going to work very well because first, you're setting up the time on your schedule for doing that, and maybe you just want to talk about, Ask Me Anything approach for 30 minutes, so you can set the time to start it and to finish. And people, by knowing that in advance, will actually maybe prepare some questions, again, on their side in advance as well. So it's a win-win, I think. Of course, you're not obligated to answer all the questions, right? Especially those that you don't feel comfortable or touch on your privacy issues. For example, you can, when you announce that you're going to have some time for Ask Me Anything questions, you can say, I'm not going to talk about my private life. I'm not going to talk about my family, job, or whatever. So you can set up these in advance, and that's the rule of the game. And that's also going to be very good because basically the interaction will be more smoothly. Doesn't had some hard balls and something that makes you uncomfortable on answer the questions, right? What else we can talk about is that it's important, and again, this is something that you can also set as a rule. Give some specific topics or guide people on a certain direction during this Ask Me Anything time. For example, you can say, ask me anything about marketing or digital marketing and so on. So you set up what your team's going to be about it, right? What are you going to talk about it? It's going to be, you're just going to answer questions on that field. And again, that's one way you can direct people in the right way, and don't fool them around with their time as well. Okay, as action, create 5 posts or topics. Topics is the right word. That you know very well and you're comfortable to be challenged online. So let's say you know finance. So you say, ask me anything about finance. You know about another topic, your hobby, for example. You go in and set up ask me anything about that thing as well. So post them when you have free time. Make sure that you have free time, because you don't want to answer people in a hurry because or you're doing something else. You want to be completely focused on your answers. And in the end of the day, again, limit your time that you're going to be answering the questions. And I think going back to the privacy point, you can also create some rules of the game, the rules of the things that it's possible to ask you and things that you prefer not to answer. All right? So that's it, and see you again soon. Bye.
Thanks for listening. The Now You Know guidebook is now available at Amazon worldwide. Get your copy on paperback or Kindle. You can also keep up and interact with Flavio Salza via LinkedIn and Twitter. Plus, check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, keep rocking and loving on what you do.